Today we're gonna see if we can get our podcast going. So I'm thinking. In today's episode, we'll be discussing an issue that affects. We'll be joined by an expert in this field who will share their insights and experience. Who will share their insights and experience with us. Cho. But before we dive in, we want to remind our listeners that they can be a part of the conversation. Follow us on social media, send us your questions, and share your own stories. We here to create a community of awareness and action. Absolutely. Now let's get started with today's topic. Welcome to the show. Can you tell us a bit about your background and how you get involved with? That's a fascinating point. I'm curious, what are some of the most common misconceptions people have about the issue? Those are great insights. Now let's talk about some practical steps our listener can take to get involved and make a difference in their communities. As we wrap up today's episode, we want to thank our guests for sharing their knowledge and passion with us. And thank you to our listeners for tuning in. Remembering, awareness is just the first step. Take what you learned today and turn it into action. If you enjoyed this episode, please rate, review, and subscribe to Awarenesses. Whenever you get your podcast, we'll be back next week with another compelling story and more ways to make a difference. Until then, stay aware, stay engaged. I'm Jay Yogi, and I'm Young Cho. Thanks for listening to Awarenesses. More of a seriousness time. Sheesh. BlackBox. Lucky one named the BlackBox. BlackBox podcast. Yeah, it's already went in. Check out the boxes. Man, what could I name it? Awareness is dumb. To be honest with you, that's dumb. I don't like that. Check out the box. I like check out the box, to be honest with you. You know what's so confusing to me about any of this, bro? It's like I'm podcasting, I'm talking, I'm vlogging. To me, it's just all talking, bro. It's all just talk. So, like, where I get confused at, where I think it's just bullshit, is just because you just talking, bro. I guess one is a more informal way, more is a more vibe, positive way. But if you still are a very uh, reading person, you can learn from somebody without them even knowing it, without them even saying it. Uh, if you know what I'm talking about, then you know. You know, you can just pick up on things what somebody else is not picking up on, and you take that, apply it, and also take what they is using and take it with applied. So it's, you know, the basis of it is just using what you got, using all your resources to the extent of everything, I guess. You know, because some people call this you're converging the darkness to light. You're you're a maker, you're a creator, you're you're powerful. You truly are. Once you become aware, uh, the best thing is to be humble and to be respectful and to be submissive towards your power, towards what's coming towards you, because you can most definitely become self-destructive, and that, you know, it might feel good in the moment if you have a pride in nature. You might feel good in the moment, but you always come back to hurt yourself, because this is, you should, and the reason you should be humble and subtle is because usually you want somebody else to be humble and subtle with you, or, you know, it's not usually, like, really you want somebody to be humble and subtle with you. You want somebody to be patient and kind and gentle with you, because it's what waters the seed. It's what promotes growth, you know. Like, it allows time, it allows patience, it allows that, it allows it to marinate, it allows, what am I talking, like, it allows knowledge, it allows experience, it allows feelings, all of it to marinate. Now I'm a little bit confused myself, because it's like, wait a minute, what the fuck did I just say? What am I letting marinate? And why do I have to let it marinate? The feelings, the emotions. Oh, being patient, being humble. That's how you do it. That's why you being, let it marinate by being humble and patient. Loving yourself. Patience. You know, I probably wouldn't even have this figured that out if I was like, man, fuck, man, I'm kind of stupid. I don't know anything, but if I just give myself time, don't stress, knowing it's gonna come to me, and it can, knowing that I'm talking about being humble, and this is why it's important, because, you know, people say be humble, and you're like, you don't really know why sometimes. You don't know why they say that. You know, you just be humble. You know, you just they just telling me to do the hard thing again. You know, but in a sense, it's not really hard. It's not. You know, as much as I say it's hard, it's not. It's just, I don't know, man. Is that cope? Is that how we cope? You know, you just want to label it. You want to lie to ourselves first. I guess we all cope in a way until we actually believe it. You know, like, it ain't that hard. You know, we do it, keep doing it until it really ain't that hard anymore, because we have developed, you know, the skills. So, and that's something that's deep, like lying. You know, I always think that lying was not needed. You know, you don't need to lie. You don't need to Uh, Cause I remember I got beat. I used to lie about stuff a lot actually, but still do. Not saying that I'm a honest man, but lying is like I used to do a lot. Like, is there sugar in a cup? I remember because I got questioned if I put sugar in a cup with some Kool-Aid. Cause I want to make sure like my Kool-Aid, the best Kool-Aid out there. So I'm like, alright. So I'm like, like I ain't even gonna tell them the secret. Like, oh, you put sugar in this? You put extra sugar? I'm like, nope. Like, no, that's just how sweet it is. And I don't know why I did it. It was because I was insecure, trying to prove something. And then, I remember at some point, then I got beat. Now you're like, you know what? I was like, F-line, dude. I don't even need this anymore, bro. It keep getting me in trouble. It keep getting me beat. I'm gonna just tell the truth. I'm just be honest. Just look at people. And it's like, I like, and then from there, it's like, if I get beat, it is what it is, bro. It's like, but I just learned to, just not even try to think of a lie anymore. Cause like, I don't know. I do. I really do. It's like a part of human nature is to lie. When you find out the lies that people are telling themselves, then you start to figure out who they really are. Not really. Much more deeper than that, though. But you can get pretty close. And so, I don't even know how I'm speaking about these things. Like, is it true? No, that's why a lot of people come up to me and be like, bro, it's like, is what you talk about true? Go back and look it up. Go look in psychology. I'm like, okay. And shit, go look it up and then be true. I just be sitting there still dumbfounded because it's like, I don't even know how to express this feeling, this emotion, bro. This is just like, I'm just tired of living in ignorance, bro. I feel like I'm really not challenging myself. And it's like I'm forced to do that, not challenge myself. In a way, it's my own demise, before I just reach out and say status, this is my own. But it's like they're giving you the tools, they give you the mindset, they give you these. Who give it to you? It's the internet. Internet is a generator, it feeds you. Well, necessarily, it's the algorithm. If I really want to break it down, it's what I was looking at, and I was looking for content of searching of breaking free from reality of this, and so of course they become aware, of course they become known, and this algorithm is programmed to feed you more of what you like, which is nothing wrong with that. But now I'm explaining why it is something wrong with that, because it's like a whole of what you perceive, you know. So what if somebody else perceives something totally different? Like they see reality just like reality. After spirituality, if you just need to do that, you need to do this, And so it's good to have a balance for information in general instead of just being towards what you like. I know I'm probably all on the left field, but I'm connecting the dots. You know, just how like internet is connecting the dots for us. Truthfully, it's a lot faster, and so we should be grateful for the internet because of how fast we can understand information and read a book and listen to a book, listen to some information, listen to a lecture, listen to a document. And so in this time of like high speed, like nobody should really be complaining about not being educated unless you don't know how to educate yourself. And that's really what it comes down to, is why would I educate myself and how do I educate myself? And so sometimes it's not about just picking up a book and reading it. It's about thinking, starting up the right thinking process to learn. And so uh, I know this all does ties in with being humble, forgiving, because you have to know that we all are learning. So if you have the right learning mindset, you can also approach somebody else who maybe have it, or are still learning, because we are all still learning. So it's like I'm not gonna look at you and be like, "Oh man, you just a big mess up." It's like, okay, you're still learning. It's cool. How can we do better? What should we do better? Not more in a sense like you're a screw up or something like that. And I think that's just a part of like that's a part of what God wants us to see. That's a part of awareness. That's a part of us learning to come together. Us learning to love. We have to be patient with each other. We have to be calm, gentle, uh, and it's something for me that I really don't want to change, because I'm always flying off the handle sometimes, and I like it. I like the chaotic nature of me sometimes, and when I yell or like I call somebody out on something, or if I do something like that, it brings me pleasure, but then look around for anybody else, does it bring them pleasure? uh, you know and it gets to points sometimes you don't care, but then you do care when you sit back and you think about it, and you think about your behavior and why you don't get this and why you don't get that, and it's crazy. So I love to ramble. I love to rant. Back to saying, if this, how can this be valid? Would this ever be valid? I know I just can't say, well, some research I looked up was true. I can't just say that. So my credentials or anything like that, it's purely from self-research. It's purely from me sitting down with myself, understanding, going through days, sleeping through it, understanding emotions, I'm trying to understand my emotions, because my emotions is not like everybody else's, but trying to understand my emotions and who I am, and soul search. And so and it's crazy, many people gave plenty of testimonies about coming to God and Christianity and the Bible and how good it, and yet people still stay in darkness, people still stay in wickedness. And so it's just one of my questions, one of my big questions is, when Jesus comes back, is what is it going to look like? Like, how is he going to conquer the world to peace? What would be that thing to make everybody understand that it's peace? Like, because I know, like, at some point you're gonna have to use aggression towards the wickedness, because, like, they don't want to. They that's their nature, is to buck up. So I'm just thinking, I don't know. It's whatever God says that goes. Whatever God do, Because how would it look? You know, that's what I'm kind of stuck on. How would it feel? How would it be like when Jesus to come back and say that peace? There's peace for 1,000 years. There's peace, and it's no more chaos. It's no more stress or people. Because you can have fun in peace. You know, it's like you're not. You can. So it's like it's a good time. It's a fun, the blessed time, the best time. You know, and then after that 1,000 years, then we have to defeat Satan for the final time after he's locked up, according to the prophecy in the Bible. But I believe that prophecy can be fulfilled and probably even excelled if there's true believers out there. I don't know. Maybe this is a part of false doctrine, I guess. But Jesus said people can come here and do works greater than him. In the Bible, it's in scripture somewhere. It's probably in Matthew, but I don't know somewhere. But Jesus said it himself. You know, we are like him. We are also sons of God, and so it's crazy. You know, when people say he's the only son, but he also comes down to tell us that we are like him. And so it's up for us to believe the truth. Believe the truth. Don't believe a lie. Believe the truth. Believe to what the master is telling you. Have true faith. Have hope. And that comes with fighting yourself, bro. Having faith. You really have to come with God with all your truth. With all your truth. So if you feel like you are blaspheming, bro, just still come to God. Like, I don't want to say you keep, like, no, just go to God. No matter what you. And so that's just the biggest of it, though. You really want your heart. He wants your heart. So when he break you down to your lowest, to your absolute lowest, and you gonna come to him correctly, and that means in truth. In truth, where your heart is in truth, and where you tell everything you have done, you repent, and you tell everything that is hurting you, and in truth, like, you have to give out your heart, bro. Like, and that's between you and God. You know, you just can't. I don't know, cause I can't be the judge of if that's your real heart, if you giving it your all. I can't be the judge of. If you're a liar, you're a truth, you are righteous or wicked. I can't really be the judge of that. So it's between you and God. But probably just gonna end it off here, play some Smite. I was waiting on Young Cho to hit me up so we can probably do some podcast talk, some awareness, touch into some things as far as like in the industry, music industry too. He's a comedian. I really haven't, but he's a comedian. He done some night stand-ups. I laughed at some of his jokes. It's pretty funny, and so I think it's gonna be a good thing. It's a weird dynamic between the both of us. I'm basically 23 and he's like 40, and so I just want to see how this is gonna grow into something. Bring on some guests or something like that. I don't know, but I know we just need to break the ice of the show. We need to find some good topics to talk about. I can talk about the depth of soul all day, but I really want to touch on love and relationships because hey, a lot of people are lost, and I think they're lost because they're focused. It's on like And focus should be on God first and foremost. But what gets you closer to God, I feel like, is a woman. You know that, and it's just sour to say that sometimes, but a woman really does get you closer to God because she'll help you out, and they're helpers, you know, and they're beautiful, and not only that, they're God helpers, you know, and so a woman is is what complete a man, you know, and so in truth, I don't want to like always rely on that, you know, because in some type of way that takes away from your manhood. You know, you have to rely on somebody, you have to rely on a woman, but that's what God created us to do, is to rely and to have help from a woman. So, but it's help. You know, if you know the definition of help is, you have to be doing something. You know, you have to be walking towards God, and that is where you receive your help at. You know, truthfully, you just can't be, you know, not following God and expect some help toward. I mean, hey, you can get some help to destroy yourself. You have women out there that speed your way down there, but I mean, truthfully, I think before all this money, before all this, the most important thing is family. You know, the only reason why we want to get money is for your family. So when people value money before their family, now they got it backwards. You know, they got it backwards, because how can money come before your family? And if you want to get money for your family, unless it's for a selfish reason. So yeah, we're gonna end it off here, and we're gonna play some Smite. I ain't really been able to rap lately. Been kinda